Hi everybody. I hate making people in these rooms this time of year. We should be at hand or something. But I just wanted to mention the wind guys have been fighting this for a long time, and some of these documentaries you're seeing are indications of that. And there's been several court cases along that way, and we're not winning anything on it. But from the landowner point of view, as you know, we tend to lean towards property rights and that sort of thing for defense, because there is some valid defense in our law from that side. There's nothing on the climate change. Obviously, you can't win that one. You can't win the health one because Health Canada hasn't got off their ass and did their work. But whenever you come to setting up a windmill on your farm, you have to set it back 500 meters from your neighbor. Not from his sideline, but from his barns and house. So if you set up a windmill on your farm 500 meters back from a farmhouse or a barn, so if you take, everybody knows what a 100-acre farm looks like, something like that. And if the farm buildings are up at the middle here, and you set back 500 meters from it, so theoretically you could put a windmill right here. Yeah, here's a. So if you set up a windmill, if the house and barns are here, and you set up a windmill here, and you set up a windmill here, and you set up a windmill up there, and that on the farms all around it, you have now covered that whole farm for doing anything else with only farming as you're doing now. You can't put up another farm building that gets closer than 500 meters to that building, to that windmill. So your neighbors, by putting up those windmills, have expropriated the value of your property. And you haven't had any say in it. There's no say. And so from a property rights point of view, you have been expropriated. And there's a great case up at, thanks a lot, Tim. There's a great case involved was up at Kinburn. It was a Kinburn Truck Center. Antrim Truck Center, sorry about that. I get it right. And the Highway 7 went by, and they moved Highway 7 over, and they bypassed the truck center. And the truck center took them to court and said, you expropriated our business by bypassing us. They left them on a dead-end road. And they said, no, we didn't. We didn't have nothing to do with that. And they went on for 2 years in court, and then they got a real lawyer. And it's a case that is perfect for this one. Really a precedent-setting case. Went to Superior Court, and he won a huge gob of money over that one. And it's because they expropriated the wealth of that property. And it was an intentional expropriation. Now highways have to go, but that is in the law. You cannot destroy a business without paying some compensation for it. Now these people could all be taken to court. Every neighbor could be taken to court, and the windmill companies with them. And I think if the municipalities don't watch it, they'll be in the court case as well because they allowed it. Whenever the municipality stands up and tells you that they can't do anything about it because the province has said so, then they're in dereliction of duty, because our first line of defense is the municipality. That is where the ground, where the tire hits the road. Their responsibility is to stand up and represent us against the province. And they have every right to do that. They have every right to shut that down. So I don't know where this meeting will go tonight. I think Liz is going to bring a lot of new stuff for you here. And we'll all have to stick together. The problem with the windmill battle so far, there's hundreds and thousands of people involved, but they're all going in different directions. Everybody's got a little group somewhere fighting their own particular windmill. We need to pull that whole province together. There's no use going off and fighting these things in little groups here and there. They just pick you off. But there's a pile of money involved here, and there's a pile of land and value being lost here by this expropriation by these windmill companies. All that money, just like the man said, going out of the country. We're not getting any benefit, only pay more money for hydro. So we need to put our heads together and bring some major force against this province. If the province is driving this thing, they can shut it down in a second. So if it gets hurting enough, they will. But for now, unless we get our act together and organize, not going to happen.
Isn't there an organization called the Ontario Landowners Alliance? The Alliance?
Could be. Alliance?
Yes.
That's the Alexandria guys. They broke off from our group a couple of years ago.
Okay, but what then that means that...
Are they here tonight?
No. Why don't we get all together, everybody? Like, isn't there some sort of organization? Like, are we all that much patchwork, or why
Yes.
split up? Because if we split up, then
We're absolutely, and we know that, and we've been saying that for about 4 years now. But most of the wind concerned people were trying to fight it on health issues. And whenever you fight it on health issues, they can bring as many doctors on the other side saying you have no health issues,
right.
and so you lose. But nobody's tested them on property rights. And if you stuck to that, I do believe we have a handle on it and have a good chance of winning. We have Liz Marshall's expertise on it, which is beyond anything in this country or in the United States either, as far as I'm concerned. And we could, if we can get a couple of lawyers that weren't being paid off and we're wanting to fight this thing for real, we can win this easily.
Well, we had a win in 2015 with that, so.
We've had lots of little wins over the years. This is a huge one, and a lot of people could win or lose in this one if we could get people to put their heads together and stick together. And it won't go smoothly. You know, people have opinions of their own, and there's hard heads and big heads and hard heads and all that stuff. But we have to look past our own difficulties with each other and focus on this problem. It's go ahead.
You were talking about outbuildings.
Yep.
What it means is you've got to put a couple more structures on the
Actually, Tom, the
edges
outbuildings,
of the property.
the
Yep.
outbuildings is wrong. It's referred to as a noise receptor, and that is just the hole. But I'll explain that.
Okay, because if it was outbuildings, it just means
I like
putting a
Tom's
couple
story better.
Well, it is, and you can say that as noise receptors, but it is development on that piece of property. It cannot happen.
Yeah,
Doesn't
so
matter how you put it.
You'd have to put a couple more buildings up.
Well, they'd have to be
Regarding the
living units, like places where you
Oh,
live.
okay.
And can you get a permit from your municipality to do that? You probably couldn't put a chicken house out there without a permit, you know? So you definitely are being expropriated. Doesn't matter how you look at it. Down the road, somebody may want to buy that and develop it into something else. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, what is the position of OFA and other unions?
Well, the OFA was 100% behind the Green Energy Act, so they have a hard time going back and saying they're not against, that they're against it now. Now there's been some rumblings. I've been an OFA member for about 45 years, and I withdrew that because of their inaction and stuff. But I don't think they're going to do it. They're not. They haven't got their head around it.
Well, since Don McCabe is the leader now, it's probably over anyway. They're gonna support it even more.
I was hoping that it wouldn't be. I was hoping he'd change it, but I heard I got a call from a former OFA director yesterday advising that the nomination meetings are coming up for the 26th for the new directors. So he was hoping people would get out and put their names in there to even just to get a soapbox to stand on to bring information to the people. But he was really disappointed. He also withdrew. He's not running either because he withdrew his money back and dropped his OFA memberships. And he's been a long-time director up there. But it's frustrating because this OFA leadership has been in the back pocket of the provincial leaders, Liberal government for quite a while. And whatever they said went pretty well. So they agreed with their spin on green energy, and once they did that, and the rest falls into place. Anything else? Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Black.